Hello everybody, Vigo Shadow here, and today is a good day because I'm going to be reviewing Yukime. Finally, I know, but she's out for the regular character pool, which means that she is obtainable through any banner, which is awesome. And there's a lot of summoning tickets with the new summer event. You can check out my event video if you haven't already. That's going to be releasing here soon, because there is a lot of summon drops for the regular character pool, so you may get her in the regular character pool as well. So anyway, what we're going to do here is we can't do max stats because I miss my chance, but either way, that's just rank 1 here with the stats, but here's her grouping is just the T allies, the Anthrope. Here we go into the skills. Let's check it out. We have Song of Flames. And what that does is it recovers HP of all allies by 200%, which is I say it's a standard ultimate or hidden technique for a healer. So it's healing all allies by 200%, so that's a common thing. But it also raises the attack and defense for 15% for 10 seconds, which is nice. It's really nice to have that, because then essentially you can use that move, and then everybody else can move. Everybody else can use their hidden techniques as well. But here's also a good note here at the end. It further cancels all bleed and poison effects, so that's going to be good for certain bosses that actually give those to your team. And sometimes the bleed and poison can be very overwhelming, so it's nice to have this type of cleanse. And it's just that. It's not cleansing all status effects, which kind of is a bummer. But at least for the bosses that really hit you hard with bleed and poison, it'd be good to use. When this is awakened here, we have a significant increase. It's 15% for both of them. So that's actually not bad, going up to 30, but you'd need to awaken to that spot. But yeah, Song of Flames isn't that bad. Next we have the skill 1, which is Butterfly Twirl. And what that does is that it raises the healing boost of a single ally with the lowest HP by 30%. So that specific unit is going to get healed more, which is nice because that's essentially the weakest part of your team as well. And then it also, not only does it give you healing boost for 10 seconds, which I honestly, I don't think that's the best, that first part of it, but still, it's recovering the HP of all allies within 150 centimeters of an ally with the lowest HP by 100% of attack. Actually, so yeah, so before it heals the ally, it actually, I believe it raises the healing boost. Otherwise, it's after. So, I mean, it doesn't really clarify that in the text. I am reading it a little bit more carefully this time. But, yeah, it just recovers the HP of all allies. I'm assuming because it becomes before the healing here, I would assume that this is stacked on there. Either way, you're going to recover by 100% with that extra 30% with the healing boost there, and then it's going to recover HP of all allies within 150 centimeters of that ally, so it acts as a double heal for a standard heal that healers usually do, which is only 100% heal on the lowest HP character. So this is a very good skill 1 for the standard heal on a healer, especially a green healer at that. So, and then on top of that all, it further raises the defense by 20% for 15 seconds, which is absolutely nice, because essentially you're granting that protection. You're healing them up a very good amount for a standard heal, and then you're also putting defense on them for 15 seconds so they're not collapsing, which is awesome. That's what you want to see in a healer. Next we have Innocent Flutter, and what that one is the recovers HP of all attacker allies by 50% of attack, which is nice, because then essentially you have another HP recovering move that goes to not just the, I mean, I guess not the tank or the healer itself, but you have all attacker allies getting healed as well. So there's more heals going on consistently with this, and then it also raises the speed by 20% for 13 seconds. Also carries a 30% chance. Oh, a 30% chance. So it's not a guarantee with the attack there, but it's a 30% chance. So I guess if these chances do land, it's going to be very good. Further carries a 30% chance to raise crit rate by 20% for 13 seconds as well. Let's just check out the awakening on this one, and I think I forgot to put the awakening on the other, so I'm gonna go back. Recovers HP of all attacker allies by 50% of attack. Also raises speed by 30. So the change here is what? Oh, okay. Also recovers the SP. So you're recovering SP by 100 as well. The percent chances don't raise, but the values do by 10. Honestly, all in all, that's a pretty damn good move, especially if you're hitting that 30% chance to raise the attack and the crit rate. So the only thing set in stone here is the HP going on all attacker allies by 50% and speed by 30% as well. So it seems like this unit is starting to really muster together as a pretty good healer that gives consistent heals. Probably more heals than I've seen with just a lot of healers to begin, which is amazing, actually. The next one looks like a shield move here, but before we do that, we got to see Butterfly Twirl when it's awakened, which only it raises the defense by 10%, and then it also raises the heal by 150, which means probably going to get close to a full heal with that, let's be honest. So that's actually a pretty good move, Awakened. Flower in the Rough is the next one special ability. Each time an ally's HP is recovered by self, which is going to be by you, obviously, with this unit. Shields damage 50% of skill users' attack of all allies for 15 seconds. Cooldown 1, which is amazing. But what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to heal somebody twice to get a standard shield. So healing 4 times is going to give you a 200% shield, which is going to be very, very nice. So this is consistent shields as well. When it's awakened, you have a 30% increase. I'm not sure why it's not just going to 100, probably because the shields are going to stack very quickly with the cooldown being of a second there. So that's 80%, and then you're also healing attackers with that other move. So you essentially have 3 moves that can be all, I guess, chained together, because this one lasts for 15 seconds. If these 2 go off, then that's a 50% shield, and then if this one goes off, it's 150. So it seems like there's a lot of steps to get to the good shields on this one, but I feel like if you're stacking up with other shield units, it could be very good. Did we see the Awakened on this one? Yeah, 80%, so it's only a 30% increase. Everything's good. Now let's just see the linked gear, because the linked gear always matters. It can literally change characters. Alright, so we have, at the start of the wave, raises own overheal by 30%, which is good, because that means you're going to stay alive as a healer. Grants ongoing HP recovery on all allies by 15% of attack for 15 seconds. Now, this gear is really, really good, because essentially what you're doing there is it's ongoing HP recovery, which is awesome, because that's exactly the type of thing that this unit needs, because if it's ongoing HP recovery, they're just going to keep getting healed and healed and healed, and that's going to stack up your shield even further. So it's going to go from this, like I talked about, these 3 moves all chaining together to be 150% shield, but when you have ongoing HP recovery, that makes it a hell of a lot easier. And this ongoing HP recovery is for 15 seconds. And that's at the start of the wave, so I wonder if the ongoing HP recovery just lasts the whole wave, but I'm assuming, actually it does not. It says 15 seconds, so recovery on all allies by 50% of attack for 15 seconds. So you're going to only get that HP recovery ongoing for 15 seconds only, so it's good to consider that. I feel like that would have been a game changer if that was the whole wave. But yeah, essentially this unit can do a lot of heals, that's for sure. There's consistent heals on this unit. Now let's go to the awakening part of this. So immediately Song of Flames is up there, which boosts the attack and the defense by 15%. Honestly, I feel like that's the best type of thing that you can have right away at the A1, so the A1's being good. The A2 is the Flutter, Innocent Flutter, which is the chance moves, all packed in there. But essentially you get more speed out of it, so I think that's a pretty good A2. I'd say it's maybe mid, but it goes like mid if the chances don't hit, but if the chances do hit, it's good. Then we have Magic Gear Slot at A3, oh well. Raises healing boost of single ally with the lowest. This one was the increased defense and the little bit more of heal, so pretty much full heal and more protection, so A4 is good. And then A5 is the shield. Of course, they're going to tuck it away at the end. It's going to be a lot to grind for, but essentially you're getting more shield way quicker. So instead of getting 1/5 or 50% shield and healing 3 times to get 150, all you'd have to do is heal twice to get 160 shield, which is better. So those values are going to stack up and add up pretty quickly, but it's going to take time to get to them because the healer has to heal first before the shields are given. Now, what I have to say about this unit is like, okay, this seems like a pretty good unit. Some people might be thinking, oh, okay, this seems like a really good green unit because it can heal consistently, it gives a shield, it's got all this like attack and defense buffs and all that, and speed buffs. This is great. And what I have to say to that is that you're right, yeah. It's a really good unit, but here's the thing. I think it's a really good unit for the people that are in early game and who don't have Sherry Barnett with like, if you have Sherry Barnett but you don't have the SS Plus gear, then I'd say it's worth it to use her in your team comp for now. But eventually you're gonna want to think about switching to Sherry Barnett once you get her there. This is because her linked gear, her Magic SS Plus gear, gives a shield right away. It's 200%, so you don't have to heal 3 times to get to that spot for 60 seconds, and this is the whole wave shield. And it's whenever they knock that shield down, which is awesome. And then it further raises the speed of 50% for 60 seconds. That's the whole wave. It's not limited like how Yukime is doing it. And then damage inflicted by 20% for 60 seconds if human. And these values are all increased when you hit max, so it's going, you know, raise speed by 80% and then 200% shield. So, I mean, there's not a lot you can complain about there with this magic gear. So, essentially, that's why Sherry Barnett would be better than this Yukime here. But, I mean, I guess if you're doing a longer... I think people can debate and be like, well, you get more shield off of Yukime if you're in, like, these... like big bosses, like maybe like world boss, where you need all that heals. And what I'm going to tell you is, yes, I'm not saying that this unit is bad by any means. It is still a it's not on the banner. It is still a good unit regardless. What makes the unit very good, I'd say, is this hidden technique that's able to cancel all bleed and poison. That's going to be very good for specific bosses when you need to use green, because we don't have that type of cleansing unit on green. She's not a full cleanse, but she at least can get rid of the toughest status afflictions towards your characters, and that's probably what makes her worth probably getting up there, is when you get stuck with those specific bosses. But obviously there's a preference for Sherry Barnett. Either way, that's the last bit of my review for the new Yukime. Of course, she's going to be available in the regular character pool now, along with Iris, that I'm going to be hopefully getting and gunning for. I believe they can be grinded for eventually, especially when you get to Hard Chronicles 31 3 or 31 2, probably 31 4, if you can get there. I know it'd be a tough path for me to get there. But essentially, they are there. They're ready to be swiped up. That's all I can give you. Vigo, signing off.